Hey guys, what's up? I'm Drew, and this is Heath, and
Hi.
this is the SOH Pop Cast, brought to you
Pop.
by Sanctuary of Heroes, which is the store. Um, anyway, so I guess do you want us? Should we jump right in?
Let's do
Right
it.
in with the adventures, the
I want to hear it.
C2E2 adventures. All right. Well, there's so much to talk about, really.
Well, Drew, what is C2E2? First, what is that?
Well, that's probably a very fair question. Probably should ask that,
hmm
answer that one
hmm
first. So C2E2 is the Chicago Comic and Entertainment Expo.
Yeah.
So it is basically Chicago's version of Comic
Chicago.
Con.
The
Chicago,
Bears.
the Bears. It's where the Bears are. But yeah, it's basically their Comic Con in Chicago, and it's actually,
Legit.
um, quite frankly, it's probably one of the most comic driven cons that I've seen. I mean, really, the focus is very much on the artist, very much on exclusives and books, and a lot of big stores, show up, and
Yeah.
uh,
Are
so
celebrities there? Like, do,
there
do
are,
they have celebrities? Do they have?
yeah, they do. Mark Ruffalo is there.
Oh,
There,
wow. Dang.
there was celebrity. Honestly, though, I think it's not a very it's not known for being a big celebrity show. So yeah,
Okay.
they do bring in celebrities, but it's really,
Not like San Diego, not like New
no, right,
York. 'Cause
right.
those are like the big.
Yeah, yeah, those are the big shows. So this this is, very, very comic focused, and it's huge. I mean, it's just the I think that there was probably a half of the show that I didn't even see. I mean, just
Dang.
and I was walking around a lot. So the way it
You
went,
were moving.
yeah, I mean, so the way it went was I volunteered with Unknown Comics. I know Darren, the owner, and his brother, and met them through the business, and so I said, hey, uh, I'm going to be going out there anyway. And I'm usually a one-day kind of guy for the con. So,
Yeah.
do you need any help? Can I offer any type of assistance? Blah blah blah. And he was like, yeah, man, just come on out. You can help us, either set up or tear down, or just help with sales throughout the day, that sort of thing, and then do your thing throughout. So, and that was great for me, because what I really spent most of my time doing was helping to refill, like bag and board books that were selling very fast. So
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
have a certain amount already in a short box that are bagged and boarded and ready to go. But when that book is selling quick, they can run out pretty quickly. So I spent, a good amount of time doing busy work like that, which to me is great, because here I
That's
am,
fun, dude.
it's something to do. I get
Yeah.
to watch everything. I love watching people. I love watching how people interact, and then seeing.
Dying on people. You love it.
Well, I mean, there are so many characters, man. I wish that there was
Yeah.
like either a reality show or like a small screen type show about comic conventions and the characters.
Yes. Do
Um,
people cosplay at something like that? I would assume
yeah, there was
so.
there was a pretty good amount of cosplay there. Yeah.
Okay.
Um, there was yeah, I mean, and it was, I would say, a pretty family friendly show. I didn't see too much that was over the top
Yeah.
cosplay wise. But yeah, so basically what, my adventure started. I left on Thursday early in the morning to drive to Chicago. I got there. My friend Miles, who I said I hadn't seen in 15 years, we
Yeah.
served together in the Navy. I went to go visit him, and I stayed with him. He has a studio apartment. So a studio apartment, no bedroom. It's just all open flooring.
Yeah.
And he's a single guy, and
In
and
Chicago.
in Chicago downtown, like on Murder Street. I really,
Oh man.
yeah, I was convinced, like, the first night that I was there, I needed so much reassurance that I was not going to be murdered, or
Yeah.
that my car wasn't going to get broken into, or
And you guys slept in the same bed, like
We
feet to head,
we
and had
did.
the.
No, we didn't Grandpa Joe it. No, we didn't do
Oh,
that.
okay.
We slept side by side. We had a pillow in between us just so it didn't get weird, so
Of course.
we didn't have any accidental moon landings in the middle of the night, you know what I
Mhm.
mean? So but
In your big the grandpa, you had your big onesie, your big nightgown that you wore,
yeah,
and
yeah.
yeah.
Well, for me, what's good is both of us were Navy, so we were both pretty used to,
You know what's up. Yeah.
sleeping, in close quarters in,
In the Navy.
yeah. Um, I'm a married man, sir.
That's
Um,
right.
but not saying that Miles is not husband material. I'm sure he
No, of
could be. I
course
mean,
not.
he's a great guy.
Yeah.
Great guy, great guy.
Yeah.
So yeah, and so so I got to tell you about his cat Marty. So
Yeah. Is
um,
this a story?
this is
Is
a
this the story
story.
you were going to tell? All
Though
right.
this is
Okay.
a story. There's lots of really great
Oh,
stories.
excited. All right.
So cat Marty, cute cat.
Marty.
He's long hair, black and white, real sweet. He's probably a little bit older, a couple of years old. Very talkative. He's the type of cat
Yeah.
that he'll talk to you. Meow 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 meow. You know. Um, well, Marty was not a fan of Uncle Drew visiting. Um,
Yeah.
Daddy Miles. So from night one, Marty was constantly giving me the death glare. The I'm gonna look at you, and
Yeah.
you better watch yourself. And then I
Yeah.
would go to pet him, and he'd be like they're trying to like
Oh,
bite at me and stuff. So I was like, all right, we're not gonna have a good relationship here,
cats,
Marty.
man. Yeah.
Um, and so he
And you
wasn't.
like cats are like you are one with the cats
Well, I like my cat. I mean, I've never actually I wasn't a big cat guy until I got mine.
until yeah,
Yeah, but
Mr. Bigglesworth.
yes. So um, needless to say, I thought Marty was gonna take my breath away in the middle of the night,
Yeah.
and kill me. So uh, if things were good, and Miles ended up leaving, he had to leave a day early. He started his vacation, so he gave me the keys to his place, and we what was I gonna say? He uh he left, and so Marty and I had to get along because now it's me and
Yeah.
Marty in the house. Uncle Drew's there,
Awkward.
and Marty doesn't know where Daddy is. And so
Yeah.
why is creepy Uncle Drew hanging
That's
out
right.
at Dad's house? So but we got by the end of the night we got along, man. I gave him some treats. We kind of hung out, and
Yeah.
he ended up sleeping next to me on the bed. So it was a good it was a
Cats
good
are like that. They're kind
love
of
story.
slow to trust. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah,
Like dogs will bark at you at first, and then within 15 minutes they're sitting on your lap.
yeah,
But cats like I'm going to give you a couple days, and then we'll see what's happened.
yeah,
You
for
know,
sure.
they're
Yeah.
smarter.
So
They're
it
just
was
more intelligent.
yeah, it was good. We had a good relationship. Marty and I had
Yeah.
a good thing going. So I kind of missed him, but I missed my own cat more. So now that I'm here, MJ she's just been my baby. So
Yeah.
she's great.
Sniffing Marty, smelling Marty on
Oh
her
yeah.
probably.
Oh, she's jealous, man, for
Freaking
sure.
out.
She's
Yeah.
yeah, she's not too happy about Marty's scent. So that's
What was like the hottest book at C2E2? Because I saw, was it the Wolverine? Would you say it was
I
the Wolverine? Would you say it's
I think it was I think for the public it was the Wolverine book just because it was
yeah,
it's Marvel, more popular character, and it was one of those that could be purchased. Yeah, and they had 3,000, so they had a pretty good amount.
yeah.
But they sold out on day 2. So I think that was the most popular. I think next was the Shannon Mayer Color Splash Dark
Yeah,
Red #1
yeah,
variant that he did. Um, that was very popular. That sold out. The Venom number 23, or no, the Venom the End, Clayton Crane with
yes,
holding the American flag. That one was sold out.
yeah.
That one sold out very quickly too. Some
Patriotic
interest.
Venom.
Yeah, there were some not too happy people with Scorpion Comics at C2E2. I
Really,
think,
that's interesting.
well, they were it there was no, I don't know if they put a limit on it too late or what, but that the complaint that I
I know it
heard
went fast.
Yeah, the complaint that I heard was that they had no limit and people bought like, like 50 at a time.
Yeah.
So,
could you imagine getting that Venom, getting what is it called? Redraw, I can't think of
remark.
the word. Remark, getting a remark on it with the MAGA hat and a little bit of like Trump tough coming off Venom's head. That would be like,
that would be hilarious.
I saw it and I immediately thought it. I was like, man,
Yeah.
if he did that, that would be a hot book.
That'd be a hot book.
Be a hot toddy.
The greatest.
Be hot. Let me sign it. Let me sign it.
Let me sign. It's the greatest book ever.
The greatest book ever.
It's the best book.
That's
Venom.
awesome. All right. So what was the other story? What was the story you were talking about, which was too good?
Well, I tried to kill Anna Zuo.
Yeah.
Yeah. So tried to kill her. Well, I also want to mention too, I was mistaken for Ryan Kincaid on multiple occasions.
Really? What does he look like? Do you sort of look like brothers?
He's got a beard and he's always wearing a hat, but he has hair. But nobody.
Okay.
So, but when we have a kind of a similar body type, I guess, and we're both about the same height. So, yeah, like I was walking through the crowd and one guy was like, "Love you, Ryan," and I was like, "You too, bro."
He should have started charging for signatures.
Oh yeah, I know.
Yeah, $10, man, $15, real quick.
Weird.
I'll sign that for you.
I swear, Ryan Kincaid is in 2 places at once.
It's like, dude, you just signed my books. Who was that guy? That's great.
Yeah.
So you could have killed Anna. And then blamed it on Ryan.
Well, yeah. I mean, I certainly could have if I had thought it through better. My plan didn't work the way that I had thought it was going to. So it turns out that Anna is lactose intolerant, and her and Sora Sung had both posted on Facebook that they wanted coffee, and so I was already working at Anna's. Anna was already at Unknown's booth where I was working, so it was just really a matter, and I was just coming into work, so it was just a matter of picking something up. So I went and picked something up. I didn't know what kind of coffee either of the ladies liked. I just figured, a coffee is a coffee. Enjoy, So I got a caramel macchiato and a white mocha or white chocolate mocha or something like that. It was,
Well, so girl coffee.
I mean, shoot, I would have drank it too. If neither of them had wanted it, I would have taken care of it.
Of course we would. Yeah, if you had to. Of
well,
course,
I mean, I would have been a gentleman.
Yeah, if you're forced to. You
if I had to, you wouldn't want to waste that coffee. But I mean, it was gross. I mean, it's girly, but I would have drank it.
But whatever.
I mean, the environment's important too, obviously. So yeah. So I came up and I was like, hey, which one do you want? I said I got a caramel macchiato and a white chocolate mocha, and she was like, "You trying to kill me?" And I was like, I don't know, like yeah,
right.
Yeah,
no.
Like
gotcha.
No, so I didn't understand what she meant, and then later on she posted that she's lactose intolerant and that I brought her a coffee that had so now it is a fit because she's embarrassed me. Now she has to die. And one of these cons for sure, I'll get her.
You'll just squeeze a little bit of milk or something in a drink.
Well, either that or she's going to become completely immune by the time I poison, because I'm going to slowly poison her coffee with milk.
Take a drop of creamer each day until she.
Yeah,
it's like snake venom.
The best part is she's so lactose intolerant that she still took and drank the coffee.
Yes. So. You know what that makes me think? It makes me think of that movie Santa Claus.
Yes.
When he comes down and the little girl says, he's like, "I'm lactose intolerant," and then next time he drinks it and it's like vegan milk or something. I don't remember the details of it. I just know that's what happened.
Sounds like that would have been a funny story.
It would have been just Santa Claus, and that's the movie. That movie is so good. Just a real quick sidetrack.
Yeah,
that movie is so good because anytime I hear the name Judy, anybody named Judy, I go, "Thank you, Judy," and it's because of stupid Tim Allen. So, anyways, thanks.
Well,
thanks. Little things like that, like little movie stuff, get stuck in your head, and
I mean, Tim Allen's to blame for so many more things too. So that's at least one of them. So yeah,
it sounds like it was a great. You had an awesome time.
It was a good con, man. It was very busy, and I still thankfully, because I was kind of volunteering, I was able to go in. Like I could sleep in because, I mean, some of the nights Chicago is busy and it's hard to find. Well, I mean, 25. So Miles, my friend Miles lived only like 9 miles away, 9 miles
Yeah.
away from the convention center, but it took 25 minutes to get there because of how busy it is.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So,
I went to Chicago one time.
yeah.
I've been there one time in my life, and I went and saw the Bean, and I did I did all the touristy things. I ice skated, and I went to the Bears. What's the actual bar name? You know what I'm talking about? I went to that bar,
Oh, okay.
and this is my Chicago story. It's a cool story. So I went to
I'm
that bar
listening.
wherever it was
I wasn't
based off of.
uninterested. I was listening.
I'm letting anybody listening. They're like, "Well, Chicago. I've been to Chicago, but listen to this."
Okay. Well,
So I went to that bar, and I sit at the bar, and I'm about to order a drink, and I look down the bar, and I look down. There's a bunch of old timers.
yeah.
Okay, and they're all sitting there drinking Miller High Life.
Yeah.
I've never had a Miller High Life in my life, and I look at them. I go, you know what? I'm having Miller High Life because when you're in Chicago, do as the Chicagoans do. We all know that, of course. So I do it, and they all look at me, and they all raise. It's like a movie moment. They all raise their Miller High Lifes. We all drink, and then they order me a free one.
No kidding.
Yeah, no kidding. And then they start talking to me. I mean, it's super cool. So I went to the actual bar, and I felt like I was part of the gang with all these Chicago guys drinking Miller High Life. So
talking about Ditka and the Bears.
Talking about Dick, talking about the champagne of beers.
Champagne.
So
that's awesome, dude. That's really cool.
Miller, yeah, I know it's a cool story because it's like tied to that moment of, the thing, the SNL skit. So Chicago's a cool city, but it's yucky. It's like a yuckier New York. At least when I went, like it was like a dirtier.
Oh, really?
The place I went. Yeah, it was like dirty. I just remember that it was like kind of like, I don't know, because I've been to New York a bunch.
Well, I don't. When was the last time that you were there? How many years ago?
It had to have been 8 or 9 years. So it was a
probably.
while back.
It seems like they've cleaned up a lot, man. From what I remember. And
yeah, I mean that was a while back.
I mean, and I drove around quite a bit downtown. So
it may have been. This may have been like pre-Obama.
Yeah.
So when he was messing around stuff. So I remember it was when it was during Thanksgiving. That's all I remember. I was there. A girl brought me there, and I was going to meet her family.
Nice.
And it didn't age well. But anyways, I got a free trip to Chicago out of it.
Nice.
Take that.
Romance. Yeah.
Got her. Yeah. And then I dumped her afterwards.
Yeah. Anyways. Well, I mean, I would have.
All right. Sorry. That's my Chicago story, but.
Well, that was great. Thanks.
Yeah. Cool.
No, it was good, man. I would recommend anybody to, if you really want a good comic experience, C2E2, I think, is the place to go. San Diego and New York are really more about the celebrities and the cosplay. Way more. Yeah. It's way more about like the who's who of people that go to cons. So it's kind of like it's more of a status thing, I guess, to go to those two cons.
Did you run into people we know? Did you run into some actual,
I did. Yeah, thank you. That's a great so Ty Witten, Tad, who does sales as well. Tad Pulls. Clayton Borgren, who has bought for me. Clint Peterson, actually saw him several times. I actually gave him a Sanctuary of Heroes hat.
He's rocking the hat. Looked great.
Let's see. There was David Hoffman, who we were in the league with this year for football.
Nice.
And I think there were a few others. I ran into the guy that runs Key Collector, that's Frank. Cool, or
really?
Kevin? Is it Kevin or Frank? It's one of those. I ran into him or Tony. Nick. It's Nick.
Yeah, Nick. Because he does the Nick picks. Yeah. Nick picks. Yeah.
So I ran into him and introduced myself finally to him. I talked to him before. In fact, I think I ran a contest for Sanctuary of Heroes through Key Collector for the Tim Seeley Dark Red cover that I did. So
I need to get some codes, some promo codes. I really just need to upgrade, but I'm too cheap. I'm like, promo codes. I'm like, please, more.
It's So I'm trying to think, man. Like, I mean, Unknown was there, Comics Elite was there, Frankie, Scorpion.
Did you get to go see like Carla Cohen? Did you get to go see Clayton?
Did you? I said hi to Clayton. He was busy the whole time.
Yeah, I believe it. My word. He's like the golden boy these days.
not as much. Like Donnie Cates and Ryan Stegman were the Golden Boys. Those guys were the ones that had the longest lines, but they were
I can
also the
believe that.
most inconsistent with their signing times. So like some of the artists would be there all day
Really?
from morning to night. Like they would be there from the time it opens until it closes. Those guys, I
Yeah.
know, at least on Sunday, they didn't even start signing until 2 and they ended at
Ooh.
4. And there was a line
Ugh.
of probably like 300 people waiting. So,
That's a bad look. Why do you think that? You
well,
think that's just because they're
I think that they've become celebrities among the Marvel
yeah.
fans, and
Yeah, Kate's is
um,
huge.
he's a rock star. You know, he's a
Yeah.
in this industry and for the fans, he's a rock star, and so
Yep.
people want Kate's. They want him writing their stuff, and
Yeah.
he, you know, I think Donnie is good. I think he's brought a lot of amazing ideas to the universe, especially for Venom. His Thor stuff has been pretty good too, pretty
Yep.
solid. But I do think that, you know, I don't think that he's any better than some of the guys like Hickman, um, and what Hickman's been doing with X-Men, you know, in their
Now I'm
runs. So
pretty sure. Check this out. I'm pretty sure I just got this in today. I was pretty excited to bring this because I want to show you this.
okay,
I think this is Kate. Didn't he create Cosmic Ghost Rider? Am I correct in saying that?
I
I
don't know
thought it
that
was
he
him.
did he create? I think he wrote Cosmic Ghost Rider. I don't
Maybe
know
he
if he
wrote it.
created because I don't. I feel like Cosmic Ghost Rider has been around for a while before Donny
Probably.
Cates. I think he took over
All
the
right. So
series
check
and
this out.
yeah.
Check this out. I got this bad boy in today. I don't know if you can see it. This thing is huge.
Wow.
I got a glare going on, but it
Yeah,
is Cosmic Ghost Rider.
that's cool, man.
Anyways, yeah, it's freaking huge, and
I
it's
did,
I don't even
huh?
like I'll have a few sets that I collect, like a few little
Yeah,
things here and there.
yeah.
I'm not opening that one.
That's
That
big.
one's
See,
that one's huge.
that's
That's
the
freaking
problem that
cool.
I have
So
with toys too. Like I hate collecting toys now because I want to open them.
I know.
You know
Well,
what
there
I
are
mean?
some that I get specifically for that.
Right.
Like if it's like I showed you that thing, I think I sent you a picture of that. I'm gonna open that one. That one's awesome. And then get them, set them up, put them up on my desk or whatever.
Sure.
But that one, I feel like that one is too cool. Like like when you look at a toy and you're like, that's just too cool to even
Yeah.
think about at the moment. Like maybe a year from now, I'll crack that bad boy open. But
Yeah. For
man,
sure.
anyways, so that was a cool one. I
Right
got
on.
that one. I told my wife, I said, "Hey, you want to get me an early birthday present?" She's like, "Sure." And I was like, "Get me a toy, thank you."
That's cool.
Well, I had Pensacon while you were gone.
Yeah, you met
I went
Weird
to
Al.
my
I got to
work.
hear about this.
I did. So we went to our own convention, and it's not really a comic convention per
Right.
se. It's more like anime and celebrities, sort of like what you're talking about.
Yeah.
And it takes place in Pensacola in
Right.
Florida, and probably about 40,000 people. I mean, it's a good little crew of
Cool.
people, but it's really cosplay. My wife and I cosplayed, which was fun. We didn't have to take the kids,
Nice.
so that was nice. But I got to meet Gary Busey's son. You know
Jake
Gary
Busey.
Busey? Jake Busey.
Yeah.
Super chill, dude. He was getting on an elevator,
Oh yeah.
just standing next to me. I mean, he's sitting there. He's got the, the
Yeah.
giant face, the big teeth. He looks. And my wife was like, "Who is that?" I was like, "Who are you? Get out of here! You don't know Gary Busey's son. Like, you can't recognize him."
Yeah. He
Anyway,
was in the only movie I really remember him from was Frighteners. The Frighteners.
yeah, and Starship Troopers, which I
Oh
forgot
yeah, yeah, yeah.
until I saw the picture, and I was like, "Well, duh, of course he's in."
Right.
He's one of those dudes that's in like everything.
Yeah.
But you just don't realize it until he's like, "Hey, yeah, I was in that," and you're like, "Well, duh, of course you were in that." So, and then like Jim Cummings was there, Pooh Bear,
Yep.
Tigger. I mean, the guy who does it was really cool because they had Jim Cummings, they had the guy who does like the voice of Pluto, and I think Goofy.
Huh.
Can't think of his name. Bill Farmer, and then the guy who does his son, who you would know, Jason Marsden or James Marsden or something like that. He's super recognizable, and he does all these voice characters. So they had the whole Goof Troop like crew from the movie,
Yeah.
the Goofy movie, and they did a little panel, and you could get a picture with the Goof Troop.
Nice.
So that
What's
was
up,
cool.
Lusner?
Then hey, Lucifer, and then my other little thing I met was before Weird Al was Richard Karn, who is Al Borland from Tool Time.
Nice. Yeah.
And my wife and I were dressed up, and we walk by him, and he turns and he looks at me, and we sort of lock eyes. This beautiful moment where me and
Yeah.
Al Borland are locking eyes, and he just smiles. He just has this beautiful smile.
What were you
Just
guys
smiles at me.
cosplaying at?
This anime characters from this show called Demon Slayer, which we like.
Oh, okay.
So we've gotten into anime over the past couple. I mean, I've always liked it, but now it's like okay to admit that you like anime.
True.
It wasn't like that a couple years back. So
That's
now
true.
it's fine.
Yeah.
So anyways, we locked eyes and he smiled. He's like this. I was like, I looked at my wife. I was like, did you see just Al Borland smiled at me? And she's like, I know. Why did he do that? I was like, I don't know. So anyways, that was.
You didn't go over to talk to him?
I looked at my wife and I said, why did I not go say something to him? Like, I don't know why. He was just there and I should, but I was so starstruck. You know how it is. Like, it's weird being around someone who's semi-famous. It just is. Like, it's like something hits you for a second.
That must be how people feel when they're around me.
Yeah, I know. When they saw you, they're like,
yeah,
like, because you only see them through a screen,
right?
And like they can touch you. So I felt like it was just I should have said something, but then I don't want to be that guy,
right?
Anyways, well, then we got to meet Weird Al, and he was so chill. I mean, just
awesome.
the cool.
I'm so jealous.
Like, when you meet a celebrity and they're kind of jerks and they kind of ruin it for you,
sure,
right? Like who's the guy in the old Star Trek series who yeah, that helps. I'm not even giving anything here. Sulu.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm talking about. Anyways, my
Takai,
dad met
George
him.
Takai.
George Takai. My dad met him at a Star Trek convention one time. He was the biggest jerk to my dad of all time, like just super jerk. And that sort of just crushes you, right? I mean, so I'm worried about meeting Weird Al. Well, we get up there to take our picture with him, and he's so soft spoken. He goes, "Hi guys, hi, hi, how you doing?" And my wife and I are like, and my wife just says she doesn't know what to say either. So she goes, I love your stuff or something, she says something real generic. And I put my arm around him and she puts his arm around him. And we say, I have to, I'll bring the picture next time. I'll show it, but it's really goofy, but he does not age, dude. He does not.
I believe
age. He looks like an immortal vampire. Like in the photo, it's like he's in a time machine and we just don't know how to, get him out of a temporal loop or something. It's crazy.
That's just proof, man, that people that laugh and like to have fun, man, I think live longer. You got to have that positivity and,
he's so great. And the thing is, he was there both days, Friday and Saturday. And then on Sunday, he did a panel.
Yeah.
So he spent the whole weekend. Some stars will come in just Saturday.
Sure.
And that's it. But he was there the whole time doing panels, talking to people. Anyways, Weird Al, Lusner says used to be a huge Weird Al fan. That's on, dude. He's great.
Yeah,
he's
I actually listened. I made it a point to listen to Weird Al on my journey, on my trip.
Yeah,
just to have fun.
His newest album is really good. I mean, he's still putting out great parodies of stuff. I mean, he's still and the thing about Weird Al too is you don't realize how indoctrinated into culture he is. Until you see, like, on his booth, he has all the pictures. He's been in Simpsons. He's been in every TV show. He's been on all the. He's
an American icon.
He's in everything, dude.
Yeah,
and he has that classic look. I mean, he's got that curly hair. I almost touched it. I wanted to
like Carrot Top. Carrot Top will always be
to accidentally touch it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but see, Carrot Top freaks me out because he changed. He started out as
plastic surgery. Yeah, he looks scary, dude.
He's scared and he's ripped.
Yeah,
I mean, he looks like he
shouldn't.
Looks like a carrot.
He looks like he shouldn't be ripped at all. He looks like it looks like when you put like a weird head on top of like a Ken doll or something.
Yeah, he used to look funny, and now he looks like when I do like a Skyrim character and I'm goofing off.
Yes,
that's what he looks
Skyrim
like.
character.
He looks like a custom Skyrim.
Bro, that's
character.
Perfect. Yes.
I'm literally playing what game? I'm playing this game. Dragon
Top
Age
has wares. If you have point.
I'm playing Dragon Age Inquisition.
I like Dragon Age.
This custom character that looks absolutely ridiculous. And so in every cutscene, the girls are like, "Oh, hello," and he's like, he just looks like a freak. Like every time, without fail, I just crack up laughing because I'm supposed to be saving the world,
right?
With Carrot Top,
That's fantastic.
Anyways. So it was a great trip. My wife and I had a good time. We got to eat sushi late at night, which we have not done in forever because of
kids.
Children.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, you know how it is. So It was good. A huge shout out to my, mom and mother-in-law for watching the kids. It's great.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, Rach and I are just talking about planning more consistent date nights because now her
Yeah.
brother, her brother and his wife have kids, so we can swap back and forth. And they only live, down the road. So,
Yeah. Dude, you got to do that. You got to take some time.
absolutely.
Here's a little relationship advice, everybody. You got to take
Ooh,
some time,
Dr.
okay?
Heath,
You
relationship
got to step
advice.
out. You got to let the kids be the kids, all right? And
That's
then let
right.
the adults be kids,
That's
all
right,
right?
baby.
Listen, yeah, let me tell you some truth here, okay,
I'm the
everybody?
ladies man,
I'm the
baby.
ladies.
What's going on? How's it going, girl? Yeah, I'm the ladies man.
But you know what was weird, and I bet you experienced this with the corona being
Mm.
around. People were wearing masks at the con.
I
Not
didn't
like
see
the
it as
fun.
much. There was a few, but not
Yeah,
not
and just
nearly
a
as
few.
much.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but just like you said, when you said they keep the cosplay kind of. I wonder if there's a code, like an unspoken code, that you're not supposed to be super scandalous. Because there was one particular girl at Pensacon who
Yeah.
was straight up. My wife and I were calling her butt cheeks because that's what
Oh,
was happening,
there was a butt
right?
cheeks there too. Yep.
Full on, and she was
Yeah.
outside the whole time. I never saw her
I
indoors,
was not
and
sure
so I
if she
wonder if
even had
they,
underwear on.
yeah, and that's a choice. That's I looked at my wife and I was
Some
like,
people are
that's a
born that
bold,
way with their butt
that's a
cheeks
bold
hanging
choice,
out, Heath.
and well, you come into this world like naked I
I
came,
mean,
and
yeah,
naked I will cosplay. So it's like
yeah.
Adam and Eve.
I mean, God has
Hey, there
given
was
her those butt cheeks.
so
So
this was super sad. During the show, we were on the floor walking the thing, walking the
somebody
show,
somebody
and
dropping
they get
deuce.
over. No, that would have been different if they
Yeah,
did it
it would
in
have
the middle of
certainly.
the floor. But there was, they got on the mic and they go, "Hey, there's a lost kid. We're looking for
Oh,
Christine." Okay, and you go, "Oh, this is classic. A little kid ran off, whatever." Well, 15 minutes pass, and they keep calling out saying, "Okay, Christine, time to show up. Your kid's up here." And I mean, like, we
really?
were there waiting. Yeah, this was like 20, 25 minutes, nothing. We could, and then finally, my wife and I were like, we wanted to see how it played out, but we
Well,
were like, all
yeah.
right, we're going to leave. And we don't know if I assume they found the kid's mom, but it's like, how do you lose your kid at a con? Like, dude, that's messed up. That's messed
Well,
up.
I mean, look what happened to Shazam.
That's right. Maybe she was cosplaying as
She was
Shazam's
cosplaying. She was role
mother.
playing. It was a LARPing event.
That's right. Oh my
Yeah.
word, dude! At the very end, the kid was like, "Gotcha, we best outfit here." So, anyways, it
Yeah.
was
At
sad,
the
dude. I
end,
was
he
like,
was just like Shazam, and then there was a lightning strike, and they were gone.
lightning bolt
It was
struck.
weird.
Lucner, I love that. Lucner says, "I thoroughly enjoy the butt cheeks at con." Oh, Lucner, you
You,
naughty boy,
you naughty
you
bum.
scandalous.
You naughty bum looker.
Now, is it you? Is it you, Lucner? Are you the one wearing those types of outfits?
Oh yeah, I could totally see Lusner doing
I
that.
can see it.
I
I can
think
see it
I could.
because there are some guys
Yeah.
that are dressed a little shady. Now, did you see this at C2? Have you noticed the furry trend? Do you know what this is? The furries?
I do. There was a few. It wasn't too bad. There's probably more at an anime con, I would think.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But here,
I count about 6 or 8.
what I will say is, I'm really tired of seeing like the gender bending cosplay. Like,
Yeah,
I'm kind of
lots
over
of that.
it. Like, some people I feel like just use cosplay in order to be able to live out like some weird transgender dream, and so it's
Yeah,
like super overboard and it's obnoxious, and
yeah.
it's really hard to like, I mean, it's just, I find it to be frustrating. I'm sure that
Especially if
my
you're not going to do it well. You know what I
right
mean? Like if you're not going to put money into it, but you're a guy and you're just going to like put a wig on or put some scantily thing, and you're
right
like, what are you doing? Like at least do it right. Like put some money into this
yeah,
thing.
well,
So
and it's not just the guys the girls doing it too, or
tons of
it's
that.
just, well,
The
and then
Jokers,
yeah,
the Harley Quinns. I counted
right,
about 20 or 30 Harley Quinns.
oh
It's like
yeah,
I'm ready for a punchline. There's nobody dressed up like Punchline. So,
that's the
that's what we need.
punchline.
Who would you be if you cosplayed? Let's say you and your wife go
That's a good
and
question.
you're going to cosplay. What would be your thing? Would you go superhero? Would you go like
Mm.
movie? Would you go
For
like, are you
me,
would that even be a thing? Would you do it?
oh, I would do it.
Yeah.
I think Rachel would do it too if we did it like where we were just being silly. Um,
Yeah.
because that's not something that I don't think she would enjoy necessarily. She doesn't like attention
Yeah.
anyway. Um,
Oh yeah.
but
You'll get attention. Yeah.
I think we could do like a Lex Luthor Lois Lane thing,
Oh, and you could. Oh, you could
or
do it,
or I could do Hitman and uh,
bro.
yeah,
You'd be killer at that. That'd be awesome.
yeah,
You could
Hitman,
even put the little barcode on the back.
yeah, or
Man,
or
see now I've opened up the floodgates here. Now you're like,
Doctor Evil and Frau Farbissina.
there it is. Bring your cat, and
Yeah,
you could bring the cat.
or Mugatu and Inka Patinka
Oh,
Bagovina
dude,
na na.
my mistake, Jacqueline. Your mistake indeed. I love
You
that
know I
movie,
get
man.
farty and bloated with foamy lattes. Ooh, oh.
Dude, that's a great. Did you like the sequel? I tried to like it, and I was like,
No, I don't even
no.
remember it.
I know,
It's
dude.
very
Really bad.
forgettable.
I don't even
Um,
remember what it's called. Zoolander 2, is that what it
it
literally is
yeah, I
called?
think it's just Zoolander 2. I loved the
Mugatu
first one.
Return.
Very quotable, very well
Mm,
done. Same with Anchorman. I felt I liked Anchorman 2 though. Because I felt like they played off the same jokes from the first one, so
Yep.
that's what made it fun.
With some new
Um,
stuff. They did the fight scene and everything. Yeah.
well, I like Rachel and I always quote like the bats, chicken of the cave, and cats, the
Okay.
chicken of the rail yard. Like
That's
uh,
right.
so yeah,
That's hard, dude. It's hard to strike. It's hard to have lightning strike twice.
sure,
Like, like when a property does so well and then you think like, oh great. I just read the other day Rick Moranis, who was
yeah.
in
Honey, I
the Honey
Shrunk
I
the
Shrunk.
Kids.
Yeah, he's coming back. Like
Yep,
he would drop off the map. Did not do
took
any
care of his
acting.
wife.
Raised
She
his
had
kids.
cancer.
Yeah, took care of his wife. Took
Yep,
care of his kids, and he's coming back. And I read it and I go, oh man, this is going to be. What is this for? For a new Honey I Shrunk the Kids movies. And I thought that better be a great script, or so help me, it's going to be the most
right.
like lackluster return to cinema of
Yeah,
all time.
true,
Same thing
true.
with the new Ghostbusters. I'm sitting there thinking like,
Yeah,
all the original guys in it now. It better be solid,
yeah.
because if they're going to try to, it's just
Well,
there's so much that could go
it
wrong.
looks like they're making it a little bit darker, and I'm pretty excited about that.
Yeah, well, and it's Reitman's son,
Yeah,
so at least it's on the right track, right people, right
yeah.
script, kind of right
Well,
idea, right director.
if you watch like the first, like Ghostbusters 2 was a little bit more tongue in cheek, but the first one actually had some pretty dark
Yeah,
moments that
yeah,
were kind
scary.
of intense and scary. But then they brought humor with it as well. But like the Slimer part was
Sure,
actually a little terrifying. The library ghost, that was
dude, the
totally
library. Oh my
scary, bro.
word,
Yeah.
it still freaks me out. I still
Yeah.
watch them like, oh man, when she's sitting there just checking the books
Yeah.
and yeah, dude,
Yeah.
that's freak. That reminds me, like it's hard to do a ghost horror film in today's day and age. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like
Yeah.
we've seen it done so much. The last good one I think that was really done, because I just what made me think of this. I just watched The Curse of La Llorona. I don't know if you
Oh,
even
yeah. Yeah.
just watched a little bit of that, and I had to turn it off. I was so bored. I was like, this
Really?
is
Oh,
it wasn't scary. I was just like,
bummer.
because I've seen it. I've
Yeah.
just seen that whole, family moves in the house, whatever. There's great.
Right.
But the last one I saw that actually freaked me out was the Paranormal Activity movies.
I liked
And the only
those.
only reason it freaked me out is because it was so subtle. You don't see the ghost.
Yeah.
It turns out it's like a demon. I mean,
Yeah.
that was well done.
And they're
So
all
if they can,
connected too, which is super
yeah.
cool.
So if they can if they can figure out a way to reinvigorate a franchise,
Yeah.
that's what I like. Like that's when you went and saw the Bloomhouse one, the Paradise,
Yeah.
whatever
Fantasy Island.
Island. I thought I liked Bloomhouse because they've been doing that. They've been
Right.
kind of like breathing new life into things. So when you said it was kind of a lame duck, I was like,
Well,
that
and
kind of stinks.
I'm gonna make a prediction now too when it comes to scary movies.
Yeah,
I if Jordan Peele doesn't start pulling off some better movies, his
yeah,
name's not gonna mean anything anymore
that's
because they're
right.
throwing Jordan Peele on all of these like and like I said, like I was talking to somebody. Was it you? Were we talking about Get Out and Us?
Maybe.
Or
I haven't seen it.
no, I might have
I
been
love
talking to.
Get Out.
Well, yeah, Get Out was good, and that's what put Jordan
Yeah.
Peele on the map as a suspense writer with potential.
Yeah.
And then Us was hard to follow.
Yeah.
If they had kept more of the scariness of it, and less of the weirdness, I think it would have been really good. But they tried to do like a weird. Um, it was just it was strange. So and then
Lusner says Oculus is a good one. Which one is that? I feel like I've seen Oculus. Is that with the eyes? And there's something to do with eyes?
I don't
What
know.
is that
I'm
one
gonna
about? I like
let's
Get
see.
Out. That's a lot, man. Yeah, I haven't seen Us. I know the
I don't know
spoiler
if
though.
I've
See,
seen.
that's my problem. I already saw the spoiler.
Oh,
So now I
Oculus with
feel like
Karen
I,
Gillan. I saw that one.
yeah, I don't know. I feel like since I know, oh, it's about a mirror. Yeah, I know that one. I saw that
I
one.
didn't think that one was that scary. It was entertaining, but I didn't
That's
think
an
that
older one. That was what, like 6 years old? That's an older one.
I have to tell you, there's a
What?
independent movie that I saw. It is literally the most terrifying thing that I've ever seen in my life. Top
That's
10.
what's coming, dude. Some of the scariest ones I've seen are the like Babadook. That one freaked me out.
I want to see
Some of
that.
the
Oh,
indie
yeah,
ones.
good. I'm glad you said that.
Yeah, dude, check Babadook out. That one's freaky. Yeah,
Yeah,
I've seen that one, Loosener, about the mirror. I know that one. Man, that's bringing it back to mind. I haven't thought about that in forever. So yeah, I'll check out Us. I'll have to watch it just because I love horror
I
films.
just didn't. I mean, yeah, it was okay, but I just feel like I don't know. I don't think that
We're
Jordan
hurt,
Peele
dude.
is
We're
that great.
hurting for. We need a visionary. Yeah, Babadook was great. We need a visionary because like we used to have Shyamalan. We used to have like
Yeah,
Thriller. Like Thrill. Do you remember like that movie? What was the one where it was Nicole Kidman and the kids are actually ghosts?
that was
The others.
terrifying.
The
The
others.
others was
You
so
remember that?
scary,
And
bro.
I remember seeing that, thinking like that is a whole new thing. Like that's a cool twist that they were ghosts and they were the ones haunting the house, and the real humans were the. That
Yes.
was freaky. That was a cool twist.
My friend Rob
Like,
recommended the movie It Follows and said that is terrifying.
I've heard great things, but I have not seen it. I
Uh,
have heard wonderful things about that.
yeah.
So
There's another one. I'm trying to find it right now. Um, but
yeah, yeah.
it's so bizarre and weird, man. I found it on a list. That's why I'm looking at this top 10 list right now to see if I can find it. But it was a weird indie movie, and it's so creepy, dude. The ending doesn't even make sense, but the whole thing is just terrifying. I don't.
I've started now since I have kids. I have to like pick if I have some free time. I have to pick a movie
Yeah,
that
yeah,
to use. And my new thing now is I've started watching movies that are either like if I want to just throw away, I'll watch a scary movie.
sure,
But I started watching movies now that make me like really think or
yeah,
freak me out a little bit.
yeah.
I saw this one a long time ago with my wife that I just thought about the other day with aliens,
Hmm.
and they're trying to communicate with them with signs. You know what this one is? I'm trying to remember the name of it.
Uh,
There's like these big
and
crab alien, or not crab, but like squid aliens, and they got the hands. Anyways, it's a fantastic movie, and I can't remember the name
is
of
it an
it, but I
older one?
just
The one with Richard Dreyfuss, The Third Encounters or whatever? First
no,
Encounters?
this is like 3 or 4 years old, and it's
Oh,
got the girl who is in Justice League. She's Lois Lane. I can't think of her. Drawing a blank on all this.
Contact, not Contact. Is it
Yeah,
Contact?
you know what I'm talking about. Anyways, it's with Hawkeye, Jeremy
Yeah, yeah,
Renner.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Her, oh my goodness, dude, that movie makes you think, and it
Yeah,
is freaky, but it's not like
right. Yeah,
Anyways, so now that's sort of my thing is I'll read them if it's a movie that makes me think or makes me challenge.
yeah.
There's one a long time ago, or not a long time ago, a couple years back that I saw, which is sort of like a social commentary one, and it's a comedy. It's a dark comedy. It's about this guy who is working in a call center
Okay.
and he's a black guy and he has to put on a white voice in order
Oh,
to
I heard about that one.
Yeah, and it's really, I mean, it's really well done. And at the very end, you leave the theater going, either that was the stupidest thing I've ever seen in my entire life, or that changed the way I think about stuff. So
Really?
that's the kind of I like those movies,
Huh.
which are bizarre, but they actually make you go,
Yeah.
was there something deeper happening there?
Yeah.
Anyways, somehow we went from horror films
Yeah.
to that.
Well, and you said you saw Doctor Sleep, right?
No, 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 no. I have
Oh,
not
you
seen it, but
haven't seen it. I need to
no,
know about that movie.
yeah, it's a Shining sequel
Right.
apparently, and I love The Shining, so I need to check it out. And
I,
it's supposed to be good. It, like, went under the radar.
from what I've heard, it was pretty scary, and
Yeah,
but I want to hear it from somebody that I know, that I can kind of base
Ewan.
similar opinions on. So
Is it Ewan McGregor?
yeah,
Ewan McGregor?
Ewan.
Ewan? Yeah.
I've loved Ewan McGregor ever since one of Rachel's and my favorite movies is Moulin Rouge, and
Yes.
so I've loved him ever since
Yes.
that. And then Black
Dude,
Hawk Down, he was in that.
yeah,
Um,
dude, listener, we love Quiet Place.
Quiet Place is great. Can't wait
We
for the
talked a
number
little
two.
bit about number two, a
Yeah,
couple episodes, but yeah, dude, that's gonna be great.
yeah, that's gonna be a good one.
But see, Quiet Place isn't really, I wouldn't call that horror. I'd call it more suspense.
Yeah, for
Like,
sure.
because the creatures, they show you what they look like pretty early on. Horror is like when they build the suspense, or I mean, it's got horror elements, of course, but
Hmm.
oh my, what did you just do?
No, I just dropped a little toy off my desk. I don't know.
Just dropped a little baby toy.
Dropped a little toy.
I
On
love
my
horror
desk.
games too. I've been playing
I do like horror games.
Silent Hill,
Oh, I
the
love those.
old Silent Hill
Yeah,
1 and 2. And yeah, I
yeah.
love those games. Those were so freaky. Those like built up
Mm-hmm.
the suspense. Like they knew how to do it right.
All of
Like
the
the
Resident
new
Evil movies have been, or games have been good
yeah,
too.
yeah, the
Yeah, pretty
newest
solid.
one freaked me out. I would watch, instead of watching a horror movie, I'd watch people play those
Oh yeah.
like walkthroughs, dude.
Uh huh.
My word, those are freaky games. It's crazy. Listener says it's unbelievable how like barely any lines are spoken in the movie. So
Agreed.
enjoyable. I know.
Well, that's what I loved
I know.
about Bird Box too. And I don't know if you guys know this, but there is actually a whole Bird Box universe that takes place in several books. So Josh
No.
Mallerman is the author. So Miles, the guy that I stayed with in Chicago, is good friends with
Yeah.
Josh Mallerman, and him and his wife, or girlfriend or whatever. But um,
Dang.
he was telling me about there's a new book called, I think it's called Mallory, which is a Bird Box book that just came
Really?
out. Yeah.
Dude, I love that when artists or like when authors have a whole connected universe.
Yeah.
Like I'm not sure if you're familiar with, so going back to Stephen King real quick. I
Yeah.
love his Dark Tower series.
Right.
I don't know if you ever read that. And
I know,
that
I haven't read
series,
all of it, but I do know that it connects all of his universes together.
everything.
Yeah.
All of his Salem's Lot. I mean, he's even in one of his books. He writes himself into the
Oh
book.
yeah,
which
yeah.
is
Because he's a
genius.
character in all of his movies anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And so I mean, when I read that, when I was going through the series, I was reading, stuff about The Stand and stuff about Salem's Lot, and he's incorporating all these characters, and I was like, I mean, that's the true genius of Stephen King. Like, I know people get on to him and say, oh, he's just, there's a Family Guy episode where he walks in and his publisher's like, all right, Stephen, what do you have for me? And he picks up a lamp and he goes, there's a lamp, and it's a scary lamp. Oh, and the publisher goes, all right, just hand me the book, like he's just churning it out. But I think for every, stinker, he has two really good ones. He puts out a lot of good stuff.
He does.
And he does it quick. I mean, he does it fast.
Well, that's kind of the beauty of it, I guess. You just keep putting stuff out, and eventually something
and his
sticks.
son. I mean, look at his son, Joe Hill.
Joe Hill's killing it, man. Killing it, dude. His comics, nobody bought Plunge, which I was surprised about. Because that's his newest one. That's his brand new one with DC.
I didn't know that.
It's called The Plunge. I'm looking for it right now. I have it because nobody bought it.
Oh my word, dude! That new Resident Evil game was when you're in that house at the very beginning and that dude's chasing you around. Get out of here, dude.
Yeah, Joe Hill, Stuart Immonen, and Dave Stewart, and it's called The Plunge, and it's the new crazy Joel Hill series, and it's I think it has something to do with like. Actually, I'm not even really sure. It has ships. Oh yeah, of course they will. I mean, and they're great. They're just great stories. If you love like really crazy, like
Basket
Twin
full of heads
Peaks
is
type stuff. Basket Full of
nuts,
Heads,
dude.
Daphne
Yeah.
Byrne, Dollhouse Family.
Yeah. Goodness, he's putting out a
Yeah,
ton. He is flying through them. That's nuts. Yeah, Plunge. I had no clue he even. I didn't even know that was him. To be honest with you, I mean, I
yeah,
should have figured it out. It's from his thing, but
yeah,
you know, I
uh,
like a good horror comic. I was real big into the plot, as you know,
yeah.
but it just stopped. I thought it
Mm.
was going to keep going. It just that was the end of it. So
I like Gideon Falls for that. Gideon Falls is really good for horror.
yeah.
And what's the other one that I was reading?
One of my
Revival.
favorite. Yeah, Revival. Yeah, I started out with that. I got about 20 issues collecting.
Hmm.
I still have them around, and then I just sort of dropped off of it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like some story arcs just keep going. Same thing with Walking Dead. I remember
Hmm.
when I was into it around issue 80,
Mm.
and I started collecting. And then when Negan popped up in issue 100, I bought like all the exclusives.
They
I
put
mean, I
out a
was
lot
huge.
too. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I got to about 140, and it dropped off again for me. I was like, all
Mm.
right, I mean, it just because at a certain point, even with the show, at a certain point, it stops being about zombies,
Right. Of course.
and it was just
Absolutely.
about it was just about the humans, and I'm like, man, I wanted the zombies, like I
Right.
missed them,
Yeah.
like I was like, oh man, I want the zombies back. Like I liked in the show when that zombie like evolved and had gills, and I was
Oh
like,
yeah.
okay,
Oops, sorry.
now we're gonna get some zombie changing stuff
Yeah.
here. They're gonna get faster, even in Zombieland 2. They
Yeah.
had to like have the zombies change to make
I
it,
loved Zombieland too. It was good.
Oh my word, dude! Yeah.
So
So
good.
that's what I was hoping. And I feel like he knew that. I feel like that's why he ended Walking Dead so abruptly,
Yeah.
because he just knew like there's
The
only so much I
the
can keep
appeal's
doing.
over. Yeah.
Yeah, it was done. And the show was dying off, and
Yeah.
I mean, people still watch it, I guess, and they're talking about a movie now. But I don't know. I just think that universe.
I need to get
I mean,
back
you
into the
saw it.
show. I've watched this
Yeah,
season, maybe a 3 or 4 episodes in, and I still love it. I do enjoy it,
yeah,
but it's past the point now that like Rick is gone. I don't care
yeah,
as much about what happens. I still want to know, so I just kind of wait. It's
yeah.
not as urgent. So I will finish it eventually, but yeah,
Sure. I
it's not
remember
like a
having
priority.
like Walking Dead parties
Oh
with
yeah,
friends. You
sure.
know what I mean? But every show, I feel like every show gets to that. Like I remember doing it with Lost.
Yeah,
Lost kept me going to the very end. I had a party at the end. But Game of Thrones, by the end this last season, dude,
yeah.
I was done. I was just done. I was like, my wife and I would watch an episode and we'd just get angrier and angrier and angrier. I mean, they really did us dirty.
Did you
They
guys?
did every damn dirty.
Yeah.
So
Did you guys did you guys ever get into The Talking Dead after Walking Dead? You guys watch that
oh yeah.
show?
Yeah,
So
initially I was way into it with Chris Hardwick and
yeah, season 5, I believe. I submitted a video because I wanted to be one of their fans, one of their top fans. Um,
yeah.
and I got through the first round. I actually had to sign an NDA, and they
Dude.
sent me some things, but I never got. I guess I didn't make it past the second part. But yeah,
Yeah.
I definitely
Now you can't talk about it because you signed the NDA.
right.
Senator Warren's going to find out about this video and she's going to be like, I want them to
I
release him on that
demand.
NDA.
Yeah, is today's Super Tuesday? Yeah, is that today?
Yeah. Yeah. Biden won Virginia. He won he's cleaning house right now.
Yeah. Well,
I'm telling you, dude, it's gonna be a contested convention. It's gonna be bloody. It's gonna be
yeah.
nasty.
Trump wants Bernie. Trump
Do
wants
you think
Bernie
I
to.
think Trump wants Biden? I think
Uh,
Biden's easier, to be
I
honest.
well, yeah. I don't know. I mean, Biden is safer for
Yeah,
us, for
I
our
think
country,
I think
but
Bernie's a better fight. I
yeah,
think Biden's a safer
yeah.
bet all around.
Listeners asking, are we watching any good TV shows right now? My wife just told me about a show called Stranger, I think, that's on Netflix that she wants me to watch.
Maybe I feel like I've seen
I think it's called
like
Stranger.
that's popped up. Dude, there's a few on Netflix I've marked on my
Yeah,
list. I've been watching Zoe's Extraordinary Playlist since you told me. I
I need to
finished
I need to watch
the
the
newest
next episode.
Good. Dude. Yeah, my wife and I like it. We tried this horrible show called Love is Blind. Have you heard about this?
I think my wife watched it.
Okay. So here's the premise, Drew. They put people in
I already hate
pods
it, but I'm just
and
letting
they
you know.
let this is a man on this side and this is a girl and then there's a wall where my face is and they just stay in the pod for about 12 hours and they talk and then they're supposed to fall in love over the course of like a week or something and get married.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And we watched one episode and I was just like, and the whole point is like love is blind. And so you can just talk to somebody and fall in love. But
Mm-hmm.
I told my wife, I said, yeah, love is like, that's true. But attraction does help. Like it does matter,
Attraction. We were just talking about this with our son tonight.
Yeah,
Attraction is a huge part.
Sort of a part, part of it. And so it's just kind of a dumb game because then these people look at it, they're in this pod and they go, will you marry me? And he proposes in the pod
Right.
Through the wall.
Right.
And that's supposed to be like really romantic and stuff. And I'm like, this is probably one of the dumbest ideas for a show I've ever thought about.
Terrible.
I mean, yeah. So anyways, Netflix is really, they're just throwing everything against the wall and seeing if it sticks.
No, I totally agree. Yeah.
What can you do? Love is blind.
There were I am still watching Letterkenny. I can't get enough of that show. I mean, to me,
I know I still haven't checked it out. I got to check it out.
I love it. I introduced Miles to it. Miles is super into it now too. It's one of those shows that I realize like if I haven't watched it in a few days, I kind of miss it because the characters are just very endearing after a while. In fact, I had it playing on my phone while I was driving, and I just listened to the episodes and like just made time go by really fast because I was just like imagining what was going down in the episode. So
it's like a podcast for you.
Yeah.
It's a great show. Here's the last show I'll mention because we're getting close on time.
Yeah.
It's an older show called Heroes.
Do you remember this show? Yep.
Dude, it was one of my favorite shows. It was genius.
Yep.
Like the writing was killed. Jeff Loeb was writing it. Tim Sell was doing all the art. So it was just fantastic. Tim Sell art. If you can, if you know who he is, he's just incredible. I mean, and that show was so clever and cool. And then the writer's strike happened about in the third season.
Yeah.
And everything just got, I mean, every show that was on, I don't know if you remember that, but every show took a hit.
Well,
and like content went down the toilet for a lot of. Do
you remember Heroes Reborn? The
barely.
I watched.
Wasn't Chuck in that?
Heroes Reborn.
Yeah, there was some big named actor.
He might have been in that.
Chuck. Yeah, somebody was in it. Supposed to carry it, because Milo Ventimiglia was the big.
Oh yeah.
The big guy. And Haley Panettiere.
Yeah.
I mean that first show started a bunch of careers. The guy who played Silas or whatever.
Yeah.
Remember him? Man,
yep.
Siler.
MCU shows. I think WandaVision was going to be the most looked forward to for me. WandaVision.
Yeah, I think Falcon and
Winter Soldier
will be a fun buddy cop type thing.
Yeah,
I think that'll be
fun.
So I think that'll be light.
Yeah.
I think WandaVision will be more spooky, more. I don't think it'll be funny because she's not very funny and Vision's not funny.
No,
it'll be more like romantic, kind of.
It's gonna be psychological thriller, I think.
Yeah.
Time jumping, and there's gonna be because it's gonna tie into the Doctor Strange movie. Yeah. So.
And Loki's supposed to be like a heist type thing or something.
Yes.
I thought.
Yeah.
So
like a time heist.
Classic Marvel. Yeah, they're doing the classic Marvel.
Yeah.
Every genre type thing. I'm excited. But probably if I had to pick one, I'd probably say Winter Soldier.
Nice.
And Falcon at the moment because I love those two. Anthony Mackie's hilarious.
Yeah,
he's really fun.
And if it is true that Allison Brie is going to end up being She-Hulk, I'm very excited to see what they do with that. So
that's right. I heard that. That's
well,
cool.
And so we'll finish this. This will be the last word. So Allison Brie, word is that she's going to be She-Hulk. I heard a lot of complaining about that at C2E-3PO. Not because, I mean, Allison Brie's very well known in the geek community for Glow, for Community. I mean, she's done a lot of stuff. So it's not so much that, And I think that if you were to consider, like, we've got Mark Ruffalo as Bruce Banner, but yet we have the Hulk that we have right now with CGI is a solid Hulk. I don't think that there is any reason why we should doubt that they can't do that with Allison Brie. I think she would play a perfect human version of She-Hulk, and I think CGI will do the rest. Disney has the budget. Right. There is no question in my mind that they're going to put the money into that TV show.
Yep.
So
and the thing is because Hulk is not She-Hulk. Hulk is huge. She-Hulk is big, but she's
Right.
got her faculties in play. I mean, she's
Right.
smart, and she's just kind of, if you look at like the classic She-Hulk, like I'm thinking of her with the beach ball,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
She's big, but she's not big.
Right.
She's like ripped. She's just like a bodybuilder.
Right.
And Brie, you could do that. I mean, you have Brie work out a little bit, and she'd be fine. Give her a little height,
look at Kamal
little muscular.
Nanjiani, dude.
Yeah, I know.
Dude
I know.
is
That's nuts.
ripped, bro. Like,
I know.
oh my gosh.
Out of nowhere.
I wish I could get paid to just do that.
That's right. Just
My
to get
God.
ripped.
Yeah.
She'll be good. She'll be
All
good.
right. So we're gonna end it, guys. We'll see you next Tuesday. Don't forget, Sanctuary of Heroes is gonna do. I'm gonna do a live sale here for probably about 30-ish minutes or so afterwards, because I still have a lot of great C2E2 books. So stick around, watch the live sale, and then we'll see you next week on the podcast. I'm Drew. This is Heath, and we are Popcast, and we are out.
Farewell. Sponsored by NSYNC.
Bye.
Bye.